You know what? The more I think about it, the more I actually understand exactly why fucking TTR is trying so hard to not hype up the species election, setting such a long deadline. And they're just trying to set the expectations unfathomably low. And that's because anytime they have even a tiny piece of hype for anything, they have an actual deadline for anything, it just goes to shit. And I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if the people organizing the event are blowing it. I don't know if they just don't have enough money or enough people working, or if they're just not using the time they have well, because I know a lot of people are unpaid. I don't know what the actual problem is, but all I know is that, surprisingly enough, for a private server, where you're basically getting something for free, and there shouldn't be that much of an expectation anyway, and I don't think there is, even in spite of that, somehow, the TTR team continues to let down the community over and over again on these issues. I don't even know how that's possible. The expectations have to be so low at this point, because people have repeatedly been let down by deadlines being extended, by bugs, by crashes, by glitches. I still can't play the game properly if I want to, because I crash every 3 or 4 minutes because I don't have the graphics card that TTR runs well with properly. So I can't even play the game. Recording my Nuzlocke Let's Play, it's excruciating. I have to spend 3 hours getting through maybe an hour and a half of the game just because of all the crashing, and it gets even worse when you're in the higher playgrounds. Now, thankfully, this doesn't apply as much to the bosses for whatever reason, but again, I don't even do Bossbot on my main anymore. First of all, because Bossbot sucks, and second of all, because both of the last 2 back nines I've done, I've crashed on floor 8. It's just not that much fun. And I don't know, somehow, even with all of these issues, it's incredible to me how low the expectations are set. And look, we have another Toonfest. Not only did they add almost nothing new this year after delaying it for super long, just to add some fucking trees, almost nothing got added, as far as I can tell. But the game also traps you in there, and it crashes, so now you can't even do stuff because half the community's stuck in this, wormhole where they're never gonna get out of. I mean, it's just incredible. I don't even know how this is possible. You know what? If I'm TTR right now, I just would never, ever release, because I know I actually talked a little bit, I think it was on the, the Reddit forums with Slate Blue Rabbit, and she was basically saying, we try to not hype people up so we don't lower their expectations. And I was saying, you guys should probably just say what you have so, people would get a little bit, would believe you guys are doing something. Fuck that. I completely disagree now. Given how many things have gone wrong, one way or another, I don't think it's all the individual's fault. There's either something wrong with the organization or the funds, or somebody's directing this to shit. I don't think it's every individual person that's jacking off. Just somehow everything's going to shit. But because of that, they should just never ever release any promises. Just don't even have a website with updates. Just if something happens to come, it's great. Triple, quadruple bug fix everything and just have no expectations. Because it seems like even if you get the tiniest inkling of an expectation for anything in this game, it just goes to shit. And I don't even play TTR really that much. I don't have time for it. Even now, I have a fuck ton of stuff to do. I'm not even doing well in my classes, at least as far as being on top of things. And I mean, I've been really sick this past week too, so I have been having to miss classes, and I've been falling behind on shit, especially sleep and just my work, because I've been literally just stuck in bed for a few days with the flu. But I mean, that's aside from the point. I don't even really play this game much anymore. I probably play less than 2 hours a week. Probably something a little maybe an hour a week. That might be an overarching estimate, actually. It might be less than that. But again, my point being, it's just incredible to me. It's this is a free game. I have no idea how the expectations are set so low. This is it's not even Toonfest, it's ToonFail at this point. The elections look like they're going to be a complete disaster. Nobody's really hyped for that anymore. I mean, you still find some posts on Reddit that are kind of hyped, but any hype I feel for that election was just completely evaporated and vaporized by the absolute failure that was Toonfest. And I don't know, it's gotta suck. I mean, it's gotta fucking suck being on that team, because everybody hates your ass, and it's probably not as an individual your fault. I don't even know what to say, but it's just incredible. Damn. I mean, fuck. It's so crazy to me. But TLDR, Jesus. Just TTR's expectations, what we could expect from the team, have just never been lower. And that's not saying much, because they were never high to begin with. But, yeah, so... And people were saying that I was being too hard on them by saying that they're not going to have a content update ever. I think we're lucky to ever get this game out of whatever you call beta or whatever. It's just, there's so many game-breaking bugs. I can't play the game properly. A lot of people with graphics cards like me can't play the game properly. You've got half the community stuck in like literal quicksand in this shitty world that should have taken them maybe like a couple of days to code, even with the limited resources they had. But instead they fell behind on it and everybody's trapped there. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to feel like we might actually see a decline on this game a lot faster than I originally anticipated. I thought we might still have, a tangible player base, like at least 800 players maybe on weekends for a few more years. Like, I was thinking at least 4 more years we'd have some level of a player base and enough funding to keep it going, but I would not be surprised if that does not happen anymore, given just how much of a shit show the recent events have been. So that's all I gotta say on this, and I'm out.